Hi everyone, my name is Shanice and welcome to my channel Inspired by Shan. Here on my channel it is all about improving your lifestyle and your mindset. So as you guys guessed from the title of this video is basically about who you want to be, who you want to become, and how you're going to get there. And sometimes like external forces and things that cloud our judgment of the person that we are striving to work towards and become, you know, there can be so many things that are jumping at us and influencing our decisions into creating that type of person. So you just have to be really clear and just really lay that foundation of who you want to become, and just get rid of all the other bullshit, mind my French. Like seriously, you need to just find the root cause of why you want to be this person. And asking why is super important, especially in discovering myself along my personal development journey. I'm definitely seeing like improvements of me becoming who I want to be, but I know I have so much work ahead of me to get me to actually where I want to be in the future. But I have developed my skill set in the sense of how I want my mindset to be and how I want to come across to other people. And not that I care mostly about their judgment, it's just how people perceive you. It does play a part on who you want to become, because for example, if you want to be seen as this awesome energetic person that just is such a good vibe and is fun to be around, you want people to envision you and perceive you as someone as energetic as you want to be. So just trying to develop those traits. So that is actually the first tip that I have for you guys, is to be clear on what type of person you want to be by listing the attributes that person would have. So like I said, for example, the energetic person, if you want to strive to be the most fun person in the room, then try your very best to develop those attributes. You can even brainstorm this, guys. It can be super creative, super fun to just plan it out and see where it takes you, because your intuition will just click in and give you a whole list of attributes that will really distinguish you from, like, say, a really negative person. So it's good to understand that from that viewpoint, that if you, for example, were a person and you're viewing someone that wants to be seen as energetic and fun and bubbly, you're going to have that instant judgment on them. So if we perceive someone in a certain way, we have a clear understanding of whether we want to be around that person or not. And so I'm trying to make sense of this, but if the roles reversed and you want to be seen as energetic and that person can see that you are an energetic fun person, so being clear on what type of person you want to be also ties in with having an ultimate vision. So this is where you can get creative. You can design a vision board that is so suited to you and your personality, or what you want to, not change your personality, because that's what we don't want to change. We just want to maybe strengthen areas that we are lacking in our personality at the moment to be in line with that person that we are becoming. And with the weaknesses, you want to make sure that you are exterminating those weaknesses if they do not align you with that person who you're trying to become. And that is so important, because once you identify those weaknesses and those personality traits that you do hold. So I could give you an example, as if you want to be a more compassionate person, maybe you have a side of you that likes to judge a lot, and maybe is very opinionated in a negative way, and maybe you need to get rid of that trait altogether. And it's going to be very difficult if you are that way inclined, where you are continuously opinionated in that negative way. But it's just about implementing steps and techniques each and every day on a regular basis and form it into your lifestyle, so it is so much easier to, you know, overcome. So just having that mentality of, you know, identifying those attributes that you need to become that person is just super important. So clarity is usually the most important thing when you want to become who you want to become, or, you know, developing skills, developing your big picture dream. You know, it's all about that vision, it's all about that clarity, so you can align it with those goals and dreams of yours. So my second tip for you guys to becoming that person who you want to become is to identify your barriers. So listing the challenges. So what I find is actually really helpful is if I want to stick to a habit, say this is true, if I want to wake up early, I want to start being a morning person, I want to get up at 5:30 and go for a run and just, you know, get myself moving and that momentum in the morning so I can just be so productive throughout my day. Actually visualize that in your mind before you commit, so then you can ultimately see where that trigger is, where you stop, so you break, because it's so outside your comfort zone and you're not used to it, and it kind of defies the traits that you do possess now. So for the morning example, you may not be a morning person, you get up and usually you hit the snooze button. So how can you resolve that problem? Well, where is your phone when your alarm does go off? Is it near your bed? Is it on your bedside table, or is it across the room? Because chances are you will get up and you'll stay up if it is across the room. So this is what I do. It doesn't work all the time, but I do actually have a 3-step system. First of all, I go 3, 2, 1 in my head, so I count backwards. There is the 5-second rule, and I've tried the 5-second rule, but I feel like my window, like my time frame of putting thought to action is 3, 2, 1. And I do that, and sometimes I get up out of bed, sometimes I don't. But today I actually did, which was great, and I went for a run this morning, so I have had a quite productive morning, and now I'm filming this video. So the next thing I like to do is, if I have water on my bedside table, I will instantly drink it, and you know, it has to be cold water, because that cold water will just instantly wake you up. And actually what works even more is once I 3, 2, 1 get out of bed, turn my alarm off. You know, even putting an alarm that is so annoying, you know, it may put you in a mood, but at least it's getting you up and turning your alarm off. Just make sure to not go back to bed. And to stop you from doing that, I suggest you go to the bathroom and just wet your face instantly, and it will wake you up, because I did that today. It actually woke me up, and I have not woken up at 5:30 for ages. So that was a very helpful tip for you guys who are struggling with becoming a morning person. And so, you know, carrying on from that example and just linking it with the concept of, you know, identifying those roadblocks and those challenges that don't align with your current personality or attributes or whatever, just identifying it and visualizing it in your mind is so important. So when the time comes, you know, you're going to find it easier to execute on those things, and you're not going to be indecisive. You're just going to make that snap decision, and odds are it's going to be the right one, because you've already played that problem in your head and you've worked out a solution and you've implemented it. It's just so much easier to do that and getting that clarification. And tying in with that just really quickly, identifying also your self-beliefs. You may stop when you face a fear that you just align with those false beliefs that aren't true, because, you know, that's why they are called false beliefs. And you also need to identify those and actually ask yourself, write this down, say it in your mind, say it out loud, however you want to do this, but you just need to understand where this is coming from and kind of link it back and try to connect it with how it came to be. And this can take a while. You know, we all have false beliefs, I believe, so you know, really working with those and just trying to come up with coping strategies or implementing new habits to just really work on it and work on your mindset overall. So my third tip for you guys is to act as if. So this is where, you know, all that planning, all that identifying comes into work, and you just act as if with that mentality of that future self. And that's why you do that research before you know, research what mindset do I need, or what personality attributes do I need in order to become that type of person. And as soon as you identify that, as well as, you know, all your false beliefs and your trigger points, all the personality traits that are very weak, that don't align with your best self, then you take all of that and you act as if you're that person. So it is a long process, it seems like, but trust me, it will actually work, because I've done this before and I've heard loads of success stories about acting as if, and it ultimately is the law of attraction, and you're pretending to be, it's like role playing, it's like being an actor, and that's what actors do. They research that type of person they are portraying, that character. That's what you have to do. You have to portray that person you want to become, and it can be challenging, especially if that person seems so way out of reach to who you are now. So just really working on it day in, day out you're gonna see the progression. And even if there are hard times, just, you know, working on that mindset, putting visualization things around, you know, with your vision board, meditating, scripting. Like scripting is like basically just talking about your life or your future life in the present or past tense, and that is actually quite a magical kind of little thing to do, because there have been success stories, and I've seen one for my own, but I don't really script often, but I do need to start a bit more. But just writing down like what your ideal day looks like when you're your future self, or maybe it's, I don't know, you want to like get a new car, you could write that down as if you've already got it, as if you've already achieved it, and it makes you excited because you've kind of put that out in the universe that you want that outcome. So it will happen if you put in the work and put in that action. So yes, that is how I'm going to end this video today, guys. But please give me a like, leave me a comment. I would love to hear about any of you guys who are really striving to become that person you want to become. And you know, all of us strive to be better than who we are today, I believe, in some extent. And if you're really, you know, serious and you really want to take your life to the next level, please subscribe, and I will be uploading more content on mindset and lifestyle, like I said in my intro. And you know, please go follow me on my Instagram account. I will have it listed below. So thank you guys for watching, and have an amazing rest of your week. Okay, thanks for stopping by, guys.